This is Terry and Zach Widdop with CU Bands and Fans, and we're happy to be back for the new year of January. The new year. It's the new year, 2026. And our music guest is Chris Roberts. Chris is new to our music community, but he is not new to music or to surrounding communities. How are you, Chris?
I am great. How are
Good.
you this evening?
We're great. We're glad to be back. We're glad to have this podcast, and we're super glad that you're our first guest of the 2026 year. Um, you are from originally, is that Charleston, Illinois?
Charleston, South Carolina.
What?
Well,
I
Yes.
thought it was Illinois.
No, yeah, that's I've been doing my best to make sure that people know that I mean South Carolina. But yeah, I did notice that right before I moved here, I was looking on a map. I was like, look, there's another Charleston.
I know it's not that far from here. That's why I kind
Yeah.
of wondered why you were like, I'm new to the community. I'm like, well,
No, yeah, I'm South Carolina. I moved here. I moved across the country just a few weeks ago.
and what brought you here?
I've been co-parenting with my ex for the last 15 years, 14, 15 years. And so she moved up here, I think it was like 3 months ago. And so I just followed up here to keep co-parenting and be with my kids. And
That's wonderful.
so I'm just starting over from scratch here,
Yeah, but
because of that. So,
yeah, so like how I found out about you is I ran across a post that you had made that said you're new here in this music community
yeah.
and you were looking to kind of like connect and all of that. So I was like, well, yeah, let's get him networked in here. And hearing your music. Oh my God, you're phenomenal. You're
Thank
awesome.
you. I
So,
always say I try not to suck.
well, you
So
don't
that's very
suck.
important
That's
to
for
me.
sure. So now, what is it what have you already experienced here in Champaign-Urbana, and what is it you're looking to do and accomplish with this music community?
So I've already been on WEFT 90.1 FM. The first week I was here, I talked to a couple musicians that were gigging around. A lady named Chris that plays the piano around Danville, and she pointed me in the direction of a guy named Dustin Liggett, also
Yeah.
known as Dustin Danger.
Mhm.
So I went over to his place and jammed a little bit with him and talked with him, and he invited me to a radio show. So I followed him over to the radio show and met everybody at WEFT or WEFT as they call it, and and he let me play with him on the show. We just did a quick rehearsal at his house, and so I backed him up on his song, and he backed me up on hand percussion on my song, and it was a really nice experience. I think it was like an hour and a half, just us talking and being silly and playing music, and it was a lot of fun. And I met Mike, the guy at WEFT, and he's really cool. Talked to Todd Hunter over at WEFT as well, and he is just a treasure trove of knowledge. He knows everything, it seems like, about the music scene, the ins and
he
outs.
he knows about bands I've never heard of.
Yeah, yeah, he was just spouting off so much information. It was like hard to retain it all, but he really helped me. He threw out so many names that it was uh, it was really easy to know who to try and connect with. And so I also was handing out a bunch of business cards and heard Mike Ingram's name a lot. It came up a lot, so I seeked him out too, and me and him have started. I went to one of his gigs and played a couple songs while he was on break, and we're just kind of connecting and interacting. And he helped me get this gig at Hound's Rest that I played last night, um, with the sound bridge thing that he a
Yeah.
couple people
Sound right.
recently started.
That's
Uh,
pretty recent. Yeah, that is pretty recent
yeah.
organization.
So yeah, that's all. It seems like it's all just kind of. I didn't know it was so interconnected. I was just trying different things. I didn't know it was gonna all just, like that. But it seems like I've met a good bit of people so far. I ran into a guy named Derek that works with the city, putting on events. there in downtown Champaign.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He was at the gig last night, and I already dropped off business cards at the city. Whenever I was dropping off business cards when we first moved up here, it was we were here for 2 or 3 days, and me and my wife were walking through the snow, just talking to everyone, dropping off business cards, just doing it old school, you know. And so yeah, and it's been really great. It's honestly really cool to see how much everybody wants to help each other around here in the music community, and it's really nice to see that. You don't see that everywhere, and it's heartwarming to be welcomed that way when you get to a new town because sometimes you can feel like people are gatekeeping. You know, some you go to a
Mm-hmm.
new place, especially as a musician, and a lot of people don't talk about it, but it's definitely a thing that crosses
It
your mind.
happens.
And you gotta, but yeah, so yeah, I don't know.
It's very this music community is extremely embracing
Yeah,
of one another, and they help promote each other, and they help if somebody needs something and they do a call out on Facebook, they're like, "Oh, I've got that. I'll be right over."
yeah,
They'll run it to you to the stage. I mean,
yeah,
that's how and it is extremely intricate,
yeah,
extremely. But there are different sections. I will say that, and some people call it. Oh, kind of like when you're in school, you have your cliques.
yeah,
It's not really cliques. It's just that there's this style and this organization that does this, and then there's
yeah,
this style over here, like the Americana. All of that is more like Rose Bowl. You know,
yeah,
they have a lot of Americana music.
yeah,
And then when you want to move into like the more classic rock, then you've got, the City Center and Pippa's
yeah,
and all of that. So it's just, but they all mesh together well, even though they're like these separate entities.
yeah,
So, it's a wheel. I mean, it just is.
yeah,
Um, and it's good, and they're very welcoming, like I said. So, I look forward to being able to see you gig at places. I'm going to
yeah,
give you a few venues that I think you would
yeah,
very much fit. And I'll send those to you in message.
yeah.
Uh, but
Thank you.
you've got the talent anyway. You're extremely talented, extremely. And so, you'll be tapping into just a whole lot of different places and different musicians, but it's all going to be like one.
Yeah, I I'm really enjoying the communities so far, and Hound's Rest was really, really, really nice. Everybody that was there seemed to really focus on what was happening, and like it was more like a listening room than I expected. And I really like that a lot, especially with original music, and playing original music for people. And it's cool that Soundbridge is doing that for musicians around the area, helping them find places to play original music. And I think that's really awesome. Going back to one of the questions you asked me earlier about goals here and what I want to accomplish. I was a full-time musician in Charleston, South Carolina, right before I moved here, and for the last 10 years, I've just played music full time. I've had part time jobs here and there, but my main income and main source of income has been music for the last 10 years. And so I'm trying to get back to that moving here to a new place because I don't have the clientele or the reputation to play music every day like I did there. Because I play solo acoustic as well as write music and play with a band. And solo acoustic, ironically, is how I made most of, paid all my bills in Charleston. I was always doing weddings and corporate events and, city events. I played at the Charleston City Market literally for almost 12 years, every other week, as well as playing just every restaurant that would book me that I emailed, and I built up this long, long list of just places that I could just call and just play and just constantly stay busy. And moving here, I have none of that, so I have to build all that back from scratch, and that's my main goal right now is just getting around, at least showing people what I can do with just a guitar and a microphone, and that I do have a catalog of original music. You know, I have hours. I did 2 hours at Hound's Rest, just all original music. Um, and I want to rebuild that band here, or maybe start a new project here because I've that's been my whole life for the last 10 years, Sill Crow, and pushing it as far as I can get it, and making it as professional and as efficient and as official as possible. And so that's why you saw me on like Fox 24 News in Charleston talking about it. And maybe you might have seen some collaborations or an interview where I was talking about a collaboration possibly. I'm not sure if that's the one you saw. I was on Fox 24, I think it was 3 times in the last 10 years living down there. But that every time I would do a release, I would, hey, what's up? How's it going? I want to get on the news and talk about my new CD. Yeah, you know. But yeah, and so I want to get back to that, and it's a long road, it's a long road there. But at the same time, I've always dreamed of moving to a place with a big music scene like Chicago. I'm very excited about that and seeing what will happen with that because Charleston is only so big, and there's not the same kind of opportunities like there is in Chicago. And so I'm really excited about that, and I'm really just just wanting to force everything that way, but not too quickly, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I want to start all the little small fires first before we get the bonfire rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you'll have a lot of really fast small fires around here. I
Yeah,
mean,
This
it'll be suddenly you're going to be gigging
yeah,
like
yeah,
everywhere.
this town's got a pretty good sized music scene too. I remember
yeah.
some years ago, a guy from uh, Austin, Texas was visiting here, and he came to see a band play that I was a big fan of, and he watched them and listened to them, and I guess he'd been around town for about a week looking at things, and his comment about the area was he said Austin's got nothing on Champaign.
And I agree.
I thought
Yeah.
that was neat.
I met a guy who works at the city of Champaign. He was at my show last night at Hound's Rest, and he was telling me back in the 80s that Rolling Stone ran an article about the music scene in Champaign. He was like, we were a big deal, you know,
Yeah.
and we're trying to rebuild the culture. You know, it's a
Yeah.
great like bar conversation. It was really fun. But yeah, I can tell, you know, just looking around and just driving around and walking around and talking to people, and it's that's really neat because I don't know if where I'm from really was on the map like that. Other than Darius Rucker, he's our like claim to fame, you know.
We have Allison Krauss, REO Speedwagon,
Ario
we,
Speedwagon rocks.
you know,
Yeah.
Head
Yeah.
East. I mean, it's
Adrian
yeah.
Ballou too.
From a friend who.
Oh, and I got to like photograph them this summer. I was the photographer for when they came for the
Oh
Legend.
man, that is
It
so
was
cool.
it was
I
very
saw
cool.
I saw their little cameo scene on Ozark. Did you guys ever watch Ozark? Ario Speedwagon was in one
Yeah.
of those
I watched a little
episodes.
bit of
I
Ozark.
didn't see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I was
Anyway, that so Steel Crows. I'm sorry, I keep calling it that. It's Seal Crow,
exactly. Yeah,
right?
it's yep, it's like a windowsill and a blackbird. And it comes from like an old myth. It's a different myth in a bunch of different cultures, but whenever a crow comes to visit you at your window, that it's bringing you a message. And depending on what culture the story is being told from, sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's not. Because some cultures see crows as basically like nature's grim reaper, but other cultures see crows as like very smart and very wise, bringing you like positive messages or just messages of change in general.
You'll
Um,
see hundreds of things on Facebook and other places about how people have been adopted by crows. The crows
Yeah.
just took them over as
Yeah.
friends.
I see them everywhere every day. I'm kind of obsessed with them. It's a little weird, but you
That's
know,
it's interesting because my daughter-in-law recently just lost her mom,
I'm
and
so
her mom loved crows, loved them. So, of course, like not long after, these crows would come, and that was kind of their comfort sign, you know? So yeah, that's interesting. So that's how you named this band?
yeah, yeah, that's how I named the band, and yeah, it's got a lot of meaning to me. Like it's a real deep kind of thing for me, and I I've been around where I'm from is very like religious, like Bible Belt kind of area, and so it's kind of like weird to some people, especially like the people a little older than me, like all the like dark symbolism and the but like when I was coming up,
Off and
all
the
that emo stuff was hitting, so like
yeah.
this is kind of like emo meets blues rock. And that's kind of what I've always tried to imagine it as, but it's got a lot of influences. And I grew up listening to a lot of classical music. I started playing trumpet whenever I was in elementary school, and I was in the marching band until I graduated. And so I have a classical music background that I the all of the music that I've ever listened to in my whole life is channeled into writing this music, and it's very heavy but very like emotional, very raw. It's got like classical influences, jazz influences, Middle Eastern influences. Um, and it's been a big deal for most of my life. All of the best songs I like to say I've put towards this project, and all the other ones I've thrown by the wayside. Um, and so just to have this as this is what I can do. If you guys are ready to start a project, is nice, but also continuing this is nice too because this is my legacy, if you could call it that.
So
Um,
when in having to move here, did you how'd you deal with that? Like, or how long ago did you like quit doing the Sill Crows?
um, well, I was right up until I moved. I was still playing with the band, and the lineup I had right before I moved was my favorite lineup that I've ever had. They were a really great lineup, and it felt like they really got the songs. And there's a live performance on YouTube if you go to our YouTube that we just did a couple months ago at a place in Charleston, and I'm losing my train of thought here. But what was
Like
the question?
having to leave that
Oh,
band.
having to leave. Yeah, that last show that we did was really emotional. Like we played this festival. It was actually a charity festival there in Charleston called Frank Fest. One of a band member in the community. His dad got in a really bad accident, and he became paralyzed from the neck down. And he needed a surgery that might potentially help his nerves start coming back around. It was very expensive, so they put on this giant festival. Everybody played, everybody contributed, and when we were playing that last show, like after the last song, like my band had been in denial because I told them a couple months before it happened, and they're all like, "Oh, that's not. We don't believe you. Yeah, you're not going anywhere."
Bands tend to do that.
And I'm like, "I am though," and you guys, I don't know. But yeah, it finally set in that last show. That after the last song, we're unplugging. Like this is the last time we unplug for a while. And so it got a little teary eyed. Everybody was hugging each other for a long time. Um, and yeah, it was a very emotional thing, but I've just been trying to see it positively. this whole time because realistically, I wasn't exactly ready to move, you know, because like I told you, all the things in my personal life that are going on with my kids and my ex and all that kind of dragged me up here, and so yeah, it's really been tumultuous to say the least, turmoil around every corner, but. Um, yeah, I'm dealing with it the best way I can, just trying to get out there and work and play music, and I've been just doing odd jobs, trying to make money, make ends meet right now because it's a very big, expensive move, you know.
Yeah, it
It's
really is.
trying
Yeah.
to trying to get my footing still, which is why the website's down. But so anyway,
Believe me, I understand.
yeah, but I'm looking to rebuild this here, and I'm looking for the right musicians to rebuild it. And I had four different projects going on in Charleston at the same time. Like they were like, this one's in season, this one's in season, kind of just with a whole bunch of different people that have come and gone from this project, Sill Crow, and I just still play with those guys, just doing other gigs, just having fun, playing cover songs in bars and making a little extra money for them, uh, and just getting out there and doing what everybody loves. But yeah, lost my train of.
The only problem the only, and it's not really a problem. It's just that this is so tremendous of a music community with extreme talent. And
Yeah,
I'm not kidding you. I mean, I don't know of any shitty musicians, to be frank with you.
yeah. I haven't met any shitty
There's
musicians.
no shitty ones.
Yeah,
And so that means, that they're all out, I'll get this gig and I need this gig,
yeah,
and some of them are full-time musicians. Tom Grassman's a full-time musician.
yeah,
So you will see his name in his band or
yeah,
whatever, because he hits it hard because he's full-time. And
yeah,
like
Billy
you are.
Galt,
Yeah, Billy
Billy
Gold,
Galt, he's
yeah.
full time.
incredible
Back,
music. But what I want to do is I think you would be an amazing fit at Winston's Old Bank in Sydney, Illinois. And I'm going to put a plug in for you with them. And I'm going
that
to
sounds.
give you, yeah, I'm going to give you their, and then at the Sydney Saloon, which is across the street from there. And then and in the summertime, you want to get yourself ready to go. Because in the summertime, it's like boom, 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 boom. It's
Yeah,
everywhere. And
that's the.
if you follow our event list on CU
Yeah,
Bands and Bands, you will see all the music every single day of the
yeah,
week and where the venues are.
uh-huh,
So kind of track that too. And
yeah,
be like, oh, there's that venue that does live music and this venue that does live music. And you, of course, can tell them that we sent you.
yeah,
That kind of helps a little bit because they're like, oh, we know we don't know him, but we know them, and we know they
yeah,
wouldn't, steer us
yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, you want to just get out there running now,
yeah.
especially for the summer gigs.
Round running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always booked everything 3 months in advance or farther out, and that's how I've always kept my calendar full and busy, and so that's why I'm already trying my best to. That's why there's a fire under my ass right now,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
because I know that it's January, so February, March, April.
Boom.
You know what
There
I
you
mean?
go. You got
Like,
festivals and fairs
the
and
ball's got to get rolling now. Uh,
right. So
yeah,
in January, February, after New Year is, that's when more acoustic things are hired, and where
yeah,
you're going to get more acoustic gigs because they just have
yeah,
like a little acoustic thing going on in
yeah,
the, instead of big bands
yeah,
and all of that. So I'm definitely going to give you a list of
yeah,
places to contact. Um, but also, I think I mean, you're you are, I completely support what you're doing.
Thank
And the fact that you do original music too is very cool because we've got a lot of original artists who
you.
they love to connect and they love to like bounce stuff off each other. So I'll add you to our CU original artist group and you can like meet those
Yeah.
guys.
We
Um,
need some cross-pollination, you know?
oh, and you got to.
Some
Got
band
Yeah.
Yeah,
cross-pollination.
that's right. And so it's, but you've come into a really tremendous music scene and community. And I think you're gonna do great. You just gotta like you're already like networking. I've already seen it, like you've got Matt North on your
Yeah.
page, and you have gosh darn it, his name escapes me. He's so cool. I can't think of his name right now, but God forgive us. We know a lot of musicians, so sometimes the name just kind of slips. And then
Yeah.
we'll start to connect you into with some venues and with some media and
Yeah.
things like that. You're good at interviews. I've seen a few of your interviews.
Thanks. I try not to be awkward. I
No,
feel
you're like
like
very
I'm like I forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah, that's all right. We love being so casual on this podcast. We
Yeah.
love just like to let the conversation flow and not try to be,
Yeah.
this strict order kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Um, but so your original music,
Uh-huh.
like where does that come from in you? Is that just how long have you been doing original and writing songs and
I've been writing, I wrote my very first song whenever I was 14 years old. And so I've been writing music for over 20 years. I just turned 35. So, 21 years,
yeah.
which sounds crazy at someone who's only 35. To some musicians, they're like, at first they're like, wait a second, how's that add up? But I was very, very interested in musicals, like from the age of like 5, 6. I was that weird kid, like dancing and singing, like on the playground in kindergarten. People like, what's wrong with that guy?
You.
And I'm all over there like singing Pocahontas or something, just like swinging from monkey bars. Um, and it really comes from just being engulfed in like everything musical just from the start. I The first time I heard three vocalists sing a harmony together, that's when I decided that I was a musician, and that was in third grade. I was
Oh my
like,
God.
I am a musician. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna figure out how to sing like that with people. That sounds so cool. you know?
That reminds me of a story that Peter Frampton told when he did a solo show here a couple of years ago. He said when he was in school, there was this boy that was a couple years older than him who was a singer, and he was really impressed by the guy. And he kept thinking, I want to be like him. I want to be like him. And they became close friends. And this other guy was David Bowie.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And
That's
Peter
wild.
Frampton's not really like him at all.
Yeah.
At all.
No, but they became
Um,
very close friends. They worked together a lot over the years.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You never know. But do you remember your first song that you wrote?
Yeah, my very first song that I wrote, I was trying to impress this girl, and so I
This
was
really
like,
good.
I'll write a really sweet love song, and it did not work, and it was horrible. Um, but anyway, that's because I didn't have any real motivation for a decent song. It was like a couple years, not even a couple years later. It was like the next year because this is high school and everything feels like a bajillion years apart, but it's not. Um, but then I got my heart broke by this other girl and actually wrote a good song, and that is called "I Want You Gone," and I play that with Sill Crow, and it was on the debut album in 2020. It took that long to record and release it.
What's that called?
"I Want You Gone." I played it last night at Hound's Rest too.
Oh, I'm gonna go hear that one.
You
Yeah,
know, if you write a lot of
there's
songs,
a music video.
there's a woman who I've known seemingly forever named Gloria Rubel who has Writers in the Round once a month. She's having one this Thursday at the Rose Bowl, and she has usually has three musicians who have written quite a bit of their own music, and they kind of do it in the round. One will play, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and I kind of go in a circle. Maybe I should mention you to her. She might
Okay.
be interested in having you on there.
I would love to be
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
Another thing to do is another really cool thing to do. It's not a paid gig, obviously, because it's open mic, but it
Mhm.
is such a super great way to meet other musicians and start to just kind of like network big time. And one of the best ones, and we have a lot of good ones, don't get me wrong. One of the best ones we have is here in Philo at Daly's. Cliff Stoker is the host of them. And Daly's is small. It's not a
I
big
stalked
bar.
Cliff Stoker online a couple weeks ago. I was stalking him.
Did you?
I
Yeah.
think I saw you shared something of his, maybe, or
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
because
and then I
I'm
went
like,
down the old Facebook rabbit hole.
yeah, yes, I'm such a huge supporter of that open mic because I have seen that grow so immensely, and we have a blast. Everybody has a blast together. But I've seen legendary musicians there, and like every month, like these legendary musicians show up, and then these young new musicians
Yeah,
that are just getting their feet wet and gaining some confidence, they
yeah,
come in and they play, and it's just like the
I love
support
that.
is crazy.
In South Carolina, we had this thing called Rock Pile that was just like that. It was the first Sunday of every month. And so all the guys that have been playing around Charleston, South Carolina for 30, 40, 50 years, they're there. And then all the kids, like 17, 14-year-old kids all playing with just learning licks and trading stories. And yeah, I love that, man. And that's what the real music community is about.
It is. And like in these, everybody supports each other and there's so many great conversations that go
Yeah.
on and everybody introduces each other to each other. And it's just it's a I in particularly just like sit there and really enjoy watching that happen. Because our live local music scene is it's a kind of a varied age, but most recently we've been seeing some younger uh, interest and because it's mostly like our age, really. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, on our page, it's like from 35 to 70 is the ones that go to see live music and
Yeah.
pay money for drinks and
Yeah.
dance.
Right. Right.
That's the ones.
Yeah.
Um, so anyway, just to see the young people coming in is like it's so exciting to me. Um, but anyway, we super look forward to hearing you live, and we will support you as best we can. And whatever you need, just give us a holler. And if we
Yeah.
can help you in some way, we will.
Yeah.
That's what we do. And if the gig comes up that we're aware of, which we get a lot
Yeah.
of emails and a lot of messages, hey, I'm looking for this or I'm looking for that.
Yeah.
And so we'll suggest what we think may fit what they're looking for because they're looking for a lot of times they're looking for a specific certain kind of genre. So if
Gotcha.
I create a post for them, you get everybody and their brother tagging, and it's like that's not what they're after. They're not looking for that kind of music or that kind of band or whatever.
Yeah.
So I will make the suggestions to them. And then we opened a website called cidirectconnect.com, which you can go to and browse the acts and the
Yeah.
performers. You can watch videos.
Yeah. I think you sent me that link a few weeks ago,
Did
maybe.
I?
Maybe, or someone
Go
told me about
me.
this. It sounds
Wait,
familiar.
we should get you on there. We'll get you
Yeah.
listed on there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, it's been great. You got anything else you'd like to share with everyone?
Um, I kind of drawn a blank. Let me look over my notes real quick. What do I got here?
Yeah.
I
See,
talked
you
about.
gigged last night. That's your thing. That's your problem. You're like, I'm kind of toast.
Um, yeah, I think I talked about a good bit of stuff there. I think I really I'm just looking for any and all music events. I I run sound. I do guitar lessons, vocal lessons. I do weddings, corporate events, private events. If you need a solo acoustic guy, I can do that. You want covers, I can do that. You want originals, I can do that. You want a mix, I can do that. You want a band, I can't
Wow.
do that just yet, but we'll find the people.
But
As soon as I
can
get to
you,
the Hootenanny or
yeah,
the Rose Bowl or one of the other great open mics, jam rock, jam sessions around here, and meet the right people, then I'm sure I can get some rehearsals together and have a original band again and have the cover band again because
yeah,
that's what we did a lot of mixed stuff in Charleston, South Carolina. We would do covers and originals at a lot of the bars downtown
that's the
around
way to do it.
Providence, Charleston, and we would, we would get a lot of original gigs off of that, but then also a lot of cover gigs off of that. And then people would come to me and say, "I can't afford the whole band. Do you just play solo?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Really, I've been playing solo so long now that's really my bread and butter. Sometimes, because my first solo gig was 2006. I didn't start playing electric guitar until like 2011, rolling with that until like 2010, 2011.
I'm going to tell
um,
you. So in listening, because I listened to a lot of your music and a lot of your reels, and you're on Instagram and all of that.
Trying
And
to
there's
have
no way
web
in
presence.
hell that you you're amazing on that electric guitar.
Thank you.
It
I
is crazy.
I just apply everything I learned playing trumpet with the marching band and the orchestra, like coming up in school, like to the guitar. I don't really, if you gave me sheet music for a guitar, I can read chord charts, but I can't read like actual sheet music for the guitar with the, note by note by note. I can't be like, oh, like I can do the E chord. Down, I could solo and I can't tell you what notes I'm playing. I just know it sounds right. But yeah, somehow the all of the trumpet knowledge and the sheet music from school just I feel like it's still in the fingers. They know what I don't know what they know what they're doing. Like and it sounds so silly, but that's the best way I can describe it. I taught myself guitar. I never took any lessons, and I taught myself how to sing. I took lessons, trumpet. I took trumpet lessons in school, like in the with the marching band and all that, in the orchestra. I never took guitar lessons or vocal lessons, and somehow it transferred. I don't, I don't
Isn't
really
that
know.
crazy? Because
It's
musicians
interesting.
just
It's
mind
interesting
blown.
that two famous bass players started out as trumpet players. Phil
Flea,
Lesh of the Grateful Dead and John Entwistle of the Who both started out as classical trumpet players.
Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers is a
That's,
trumpet player,
that's
classical
right.
trumpet
That's
player,
right.
gone
Yeah.
bass. Yep.
Do you play the trumpet still? Do you
I
ever?
I like to go to music shops and say, "Hey, can I see that and try it out?" And just and I don't own one right now, but if I did though, yeah, I know all my scales and I know I know my way around a trumpet really well. I've thought about buying one, getting a nice trumpet set up, and like running a little trumpet pedal board or something, and like trying to go
That
be
would
in a
be
ska
awesome.
band or something. Because like, yeah, I don't use that as much as I should, but that's where all my musical knowledge comes from, and that's where I learned melody and harmony, and I'm not the best at harmony, but my wife helps me pick them out sometimes. And but melody, I can find strong melodies and interesting melodies really easy just from the classical trumpet background, and so that helps this with the songwriting, and hopefully makes the hooks hooky, you know,
Hooky the hooks.
hooky the
Um,
hooks.
so we need to close out, but I do want to. I wanted to ask you like the song that you wrote for that. Okay, your first song that you wrote.
Okay.
You remember what the lyrics were? Did you sing it to her? I'm just curious.
She has heard it many, many times over the years. We actually became friends shortly after that, and we've been friends for a long time ever since. That was just a weird time back then, and all bygones and bygones and all that. But yeah, the first line is "You I will never follow. I can see it in your eyes. Your heart is so damn hollow. Your ways are just a disguise." That's the first verse.
I
But she loves the song, and she's all like, "This song's about me." Yeah, you know.
Somebody wrote a song about me. Oh my God,
But
that's great.
yeah, though, she actually was in the marching band with me at a point too. She dropped out of the marching band long before school was over. And then the guy she married was in the brass section with me and was one of my really close friends. So naturally, I just became friends with the whole family. That's you know. Yeah, it was like the marching band is a huge clique where I'm from. We were a huge marching band. Like we fluctuated between 180 and 220 members.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, just because the whole county went to the same high school because I'm from the sticks, outside Charleston, right outside Charleston, and so yeah, it's I like to befriend everyone, even people that like maybe bad things have happened or whatever. Bad things always happen. It doesn't matter what you do. Bad things are gonna happen. But
I'm the same. I mean, I'm friends with all my exes. I'm friend with all my, I mean, I don't know anybody that I'm like really not friends with.
yeah,
I mean, there's people that I don't have respect for and I'm
I
not
try
gonna
not
hang
to
out
have
with.
enemies because I don't like to be looking over my shoulder. I don't like to have to look over my shoulder all the time. It's back there.
Right, right, right. Um, well, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you, and I thank you so much for being our guest on this
Yeah,
podcast.
thanks for having me on here.
I'm sure we'll have a lot, we'll see you a lot more. And I appreciate it very much. But I want the people listening to stay tuned because we are we're ending this with Chris's song New Way.
Yeah, about a
So
different X.
yeah, yeah. Stay tuned. Chris, have you ever been interviewed or published in a magazine music wise?
So recently, I was published with Tag Publicity out of Chicago, which a guy named Evan Thomas runs. And right around Christmas time, he ran an article online for us, for Sill Crow, to spread some awareness about the crow. And so that is the most recent time. But the very first time we were featured in a magazine was Relics Magazine. And it was their honey, was that 2023 or 2022?
What?
Relics
21,
21.
I think.
She thinks. Anyway, so, somewhere in there, we got a feature in Relics magazine when Black Crows were on the cover, and we were releasing a live album, and they put us in there for a discounted fee. but but we were featured in Relics magazine, um,
Oh,
and that was really cool because apparently they were a thing back in the day. So I hear. But anyway. Yeah,
That's
tag
that's very cool.
publicity. And Evan also has a new music magazine publication called Sound Fury Magazine, around the Chicago area. Evan Thomas. And
Cool.
so that was just recently, like last week.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned and listen to the music and all the links to everything Chris will be attached to this podcast. So please hit those links, go follow him, become friends, get to know him. If you're a venue, hire this guy, man. Bring him in. Bring him
Yeah.
in. So thank you, Chris.
Do it.
Do it.
Why'd you come around here talking trash?
I've seen it enough times, I'm sick of that. It's time to find a new way to spend your time. Why'd you come around here wasting mine? Why'd you come around here wasting mine? Did you find a new way to spend your time? So go, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Did you find a new way to spend your time? So go, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Why'd you come around here on that shit? I've seen it enough times, I'm sick of it. It's time to find a new way to spend your time. So why'd you come around here wasting mine? Why'd you come around here wasting mine? Could you find a new way to spend your time? So go, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Could you find a new way to spend your time? So go, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Always stealing away, 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 always stealing away.